Well, welcome and thanks for joining me today. As I promised, I am going to finish doing this journal for myself. I am calling it a prayer, inspiration, devotion, revelation journal. I think I've told you I will be taking it to church with me. And as I sit and listen to talks or before my prayers at night, any impressions or things ideas I get that have to do with following the Lord, I'm going to write them down. So I have pulled out some of my papers. It's going to be a 5-signature, 5-hole pamphlet stitch journal. And these papers here are from Medieval Mirage. I think it's called Scribe. Those are going to be some of the pages. They're beautiful. And then I have a set of some pages that I've already kind of worked on. This is a paper bag, and it's got a journaling card in there. This is supposed to be like a picture of Christ when he was a young child. Then this piece of paper, oh, I love this. Isn't this pretty? So I got this from Rachel from Roxy Creations. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? Some of these images I've gotten from books that I own. This is cool, isn't it? Oh, I think these pages are going to be ones that are going to be centered. This paper I bought in Egypt, and it has a papyrus there. And look at how neat this paper is. So I need to have that in the center area. Just some tracing paper, a doily. This is Stampin' Up! Vellum that I've hinged together with some washi tape and some Florentine paper there. Then here I have plain papers that I've copy dyed. Some have images on them. I think that's got to be like that because the butterfly. Some I've gone ahead and sewed things on there. This is a fabric flip. Then I went ahead and sewed just a little bit of lace along that edge. Some lace there. And then just a little fabric tuck there. Then these are my Bible pages that I have. If I can pull these off. Oops. That's got caught underneath there. There we go. This is from, this first one is from a devotional book from the 1700s. It's written in German. This is coffee dyed from hymnal. This is English Bible pages that I hinged with just some coffee stained paper, and then I embossed gold leafing on there. This is my French Bible, and again I heat embossed on it. This is a piece of a Bible from, I think, 1811. And it was very fragile paper. And what I did to strengthen this paper, and it really did work, is I used this triple thick brush on glaze. I will try to remember to link that in the description box so you guys can get that. But it did really strengthen that quite nicely. This is my French Bible. This is Arabic, Book of Mormon, translated. This is a hymnal from, I think it was the Methodist Church. This is book page, Hungarian book page. And then this is Greek, from the Greek New Testament. And then my last section, oops, see, I need to glue that down better. Love this. This is from that Bible that I got from 1881. This is from Matthew, about thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. But it's just beautiful. Look at how that is embossed there. So that's going to be a centerpiece. This is from a book that is in Irish. This I got from Patty Lang at Sacred Mementos. It's from 1829. Nice rag paper. This is another religious kind of periodical or something from 1833. Again, nice paper. This is some pictures from a book. It was, I think, a commentary on the Old Testament. It's got some beautiful pictures. This, I love this because this reminds me of Ireland. It is considered Ireland's finest national treasure. Book of Kells from probably about AD 800. There's a picture of that. This was interesting. This was in a religious book, but it's going to be sewn in, and then it flips out. And I believe this comes from Revelation. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. I thought that was a fun picture. This is from, I think this was a study, again, probably from an adult class, but this is the family of Abraham and the 12 tribes of Israel, all the gospel dispensations, then a map of the Old Testament in Palestine, and then what, like you see sometimes written in scripture, them talking about a talent. This describes what a talent is, what a shekel is. So that I thought that would be fun to put in there. Here's another picture of Christ when he was born. And this I also received from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and I love this old image of Christ walking on water. So anyway, those are my pages. I'm going to put them together, and then I will show you how to do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So now I'm going to go over how to do the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. What I have done is I've made myself a template. My spine is 1.5 inches in width, 9 1/4 in length. And I've got to have 5 signatures. So I started with the middle, drew a line, and then 2 lines on each side. It really doesn't matter unless you want it exactly precise, but to me, I don't mind it not being exactly in between. Then I punched the holes through there. I've used my guide here, my, what's it called? What's that word? I can't remember. It will come to me, I'm sure, at some point. But so I've punched the holes in here. Then I've also punched the holes in my signatures. I start with my last signature first, and how I adhered this fabric, because I like my fabric to go over my spine. So this is called a hidden spine. After I sew all my pages in here, I will glue this down, and then this will cover the sides, and then I will also add some paper there. So this makes it easy to be able to handle and sew in your signatures without holding a book, especially when you have a big clunky book. So I have a diagram, and I have to refer to this every single time I do this. Let me bring this over. Get this out of the way. So I've threaded my wax thread. So what I've done is I've sewn in the last signature, the second to the last, and the middle signature. And now you will see me sew in the second signature and the very first signature of the book. Okay, to do the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, you find your center, you go through there, okay, that's the center. You find your center there, bring your thread through, leaving a little bit of a tail, okay, then come back through the back. You can see this hole here, and in through the hole that you've poked here. I almost think I'm poking a new hole. But anyway, up through there. Okay, pull it kind of taut, but make sure you still have your tail here. Then down through the top hole. Okay, there's the top hole, and then down through the top hole of your fabric and pull it taut. Okay. Then you're going to come back up here through this hole, trying not to split your threads, but sometimes you do. It's just inevitable. And I don't think I did there. Okay, so you're going to bring it through. And have that taut. So see how this one is loose? I need to bring it tight. And it's just by pulling this one, okay? So now all of those are tight. Okay? So then you're going to go down to the next hole. And my paper is splitting, so I can tell I'm going to have to do some repair on that. Okay, so I'm going through that hole there, going through that one, through the back, but I don't want to grab my fabric there. Bring it out. Okay, I make sure I have a nice tail there, and I've got my tail here. Then we're going to go in through this bottom hole, and then through the bottom hole of the signature. Then back down through this one. I'm sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, there, I found it. There, good. And you see how that's loose, but I can tighten that up, and then I just stab myself. Okay, let's tighten all that up. And then we're gonna go back up through this middle one here. Trying not to stab ourselves. Oh, good. That came up good. Did I split my thread? I did, but sometimes if you just pull it back a little bit and pull your thread to the side, you can miss it. Let's try it and see. Okay, I think I did it that time. I think I'm good. But yeah, do you see how that paper is cracking there? I'm gonna have to repair that. And I did split my thread. So what I do, if I just split the thread, I just bring it out, take my needle through so that it doesn't split it, and run that through. There we go. Okay. Oops. I felt something break. I think it's the paper. Yeah, it's paper. It's very fragile. That is from the 1800s, so I will put some that faux washi tape on there to fix that. Okay, that signature is done. Okay, so we have 4 signatures in, and they're pretty taut. So again, I usually do 2 links and a half. Thread your needle. These are darning needles here, in case you guys don't know. Thread it. Bring in your last signature. Go through the center. Okay. And then through your center hole. On your hidden spine. Bring it up. And leave yourself just a little bit of a tail. A little bit of more of a tail there. Go back in through the next hole. Okay, right there. Pull it through. Okay. And then down through this hole and through the top hole. Okay. And I'm going to pull this taunt here. Okay. So those are taunt. Then in through this one. You sometimes got to do a few acrobatics. Okay, think I got it perfect, but I did split my thread, so I'm going to pull it out, pull it off to the side, and then bring it back up. And then it's not splitting that thread. Okay. Okay, then down through the second to the last hole. And all along, you're going to want to be pulling these tight so they're not loose. See, pull that tight, okay. Then we're going to go back up through that last one and into the signature. There we go. Okay, and I've got that taunt and that taunt. This is kind of short. Maybe I need to pull it. Okay. I hope I didn't shortchange myself. That one's going through good. Yeah, it needs to be tighter. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I just keep coming through and making them tight, and then I go back up through the middle. Again, you've heard me say this before. This is my favorite way to stitch in signatures because I do occasionally use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but with that, I feel it's not quite as secure. Okay. Good. Nice and tight. Perfect. And that's your 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So I'm going to get everything ready so I can glue this into the book itself. But you can see how now we can glue that into the book, and then we've got fabric on both sides, and let's just take a quick gander. Yes, they're in correctly. So I need to go jump into the shower real quick and get cleaned up so I can take my son to work and then go to the grocery store. So to finish up the journal, I'm just going to put it on fast forward and do a voiceover. I'm using my Fabri-Tac glue to adhere that hidden spine with the signatures onto the spine of the journal. I want it to adhere really well, so I kind of put glue on both areas. Then I center it, making sure that there is an even amount on each side. And then I use my bone folder to kind of push that fabric down into those creases there. Then I adhere the fabric using, again, Fabri-Tac. It doesn't matter that you can see through it because I will be adding some pictures over the top of it so it won't seep through. I want you to know that I have 3 other prayer journals available for sale. I will be doing flip throughs of those. One is 6.5 inches by 8 1/4. Then there is one that is 4 3/4 by 7 inches. And then another one that is 4 and 3/4 inches by 6.5 inches. Those are for sale. If you're interested in purchasing them from me, just let me know. Just email me at Juanettehewitt@gmail.com. I will make sure my email address is in the description box. But now is the fun part to actually go ahead and decorate the pages of this journal. Now the journals that I have for sale, those pages are already decorated. I actually was going to have one of those journals for myself, and then it, you know, that little light bulb moment came on in my mind of using that glass etching of the nativity scene for my personal prayer journal. So the one that I was going to keep for myself is now for sale. The ones that I have for sale, they do not light up. So they were not as labor intensive. But anyway, next video, we will be decorating the inside of this journal or doing a flip through of the other journals that I have for sale. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this helped you to learn how to do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And I will see you guys next Monday. Thanks. Bye-bye.